Senator John Kennedy, Louisiana, now joins Dana and me here in New York from the Hill. Sir, good morning to you. Iran, Ukraine, Middle East, Gaza, Hamas. Let's start with Iran, because before America woke up earlier today, this is what the president said about that ongoing matter.
I want to make a deal with Iran. I want to do something if it's possible. But for that to happen, it must stop sponsoring terror, halt its bloody proxy wars, and permanently and verifiably cease its pursuit of nuclear weapons. They cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Okay, so that statement twice now in 2 days, and a moment ago he said the Iran situation will work out. Your reflections on what we're watching now, Senator?
Well, first, quickly, Qatar. I trust Qatar like I trust a rest stop bathroom. If they want to be friendly, I want to be friendly back. But with those guys, you know, trust in God, but tie up your camel. Now, in terms of Iran, what you do is what you believe, and everything else is just cottage cheese. That's true in life and in foreign policy. You can't just talk tough. You got to be tough. Trump's been president only a little over 100 days, so the Iranians have to judge us, and are judging us in part on the past 4 years. President Biden talked tough, but look at what he did. You know, he didn't enforce the sanctions on Iran. We had a shambolic withdrawal from Afghanistan. He told Putin he shouldn't go into Ukraine, but if he did, it's okay if it's a minor excursion. President Biden, I mean, he talked tough, but he never delivered. He kind of reminds me of my hometown Baton Rouge newspaper. They talk tough, but they can't quite pull it off when they show up to a party in Crocs and knee-high tube socks. Trump has got to look the Ayatollah in the eye and say, look, we can do it the easy way, the hard way, okay? Let's skip the foreplay. You have to get rid of your uranium, all of it. You can't even have a scintilla of uranium. You're not going to have a weapon. If you do that, we'll remove the sanctions and we'll help you prosper, as long as you stop hurting people and give up your bomb. If you don't do that, I'm going to saddle up with Israel and slap you into Pluto. Mm-hmm. And then we'll see what happens.
Well, Senator, yesterday he did say to Iran, he said, make your move one way or another. Go ahead, Dana.
Well, I'm curious also about how you would feel about verification of Iran saying that they're giving up their nuclear weapons. I mean, that verification is a really big problem. What would satisfy you or the other Republicans in the Senate on that?
Well, I would like to see the International Atomic Energy Agency be able to go in, but I'd like to send some American folks in with them. Like I say, you know, trust in God, but tie up your camel. Look, these are not normal people, okay? They're not abnormal like a Karen is abnormal. They're zealots. Their religion teaches them to kill other people. They're shrewd, but they're barking mad, and you just can't trust them. And President Obama trusted them, and we see how that all turned out.
Senator, let me hit you on one more topic while we got you. We talked about Iran. We'll find out tomorrow what happens in Turkey between Russia and Ukraine. You made your feelings quite clear about Hamas. I mean, their leadership lived in Qatar and made a lot of money doing it over the years, okay? And now you've got Syria. You got a guy who used to be a member of Al-Qaeda. You got a guy who leads that country now who used to be in Abu Ghraib in Iraq, Anbar province, for, I think, 5 years. Now, the president wants to lift sanctions on Syria, welcome them into this bigger Middle East. Are you and your colleagues okay with that?
Well, I can't speak for my colleagues. The new leader in Syria has let's say, a checkered past, but he's better than al-Assad. I think we ought to give him a chance. I think we ought to remove the sanctions. I think the president's right. But I think we ought to be ready to double down on those sanctions in a skinny minute if they're not inclusive and they start persecuting other sects in Syria. I don't want to go through what we went through in Syria with Assad, but I do think we ought to give them a chance.
Okay, these are big pieces. We'll see how many of them move.
Yep.
Thank you, Senator. We appreciate your time this morning. As we had breaking news, we appreciate you always.
Thanks.